How to stop chronic overthinking. It's called ruminating. And if you are an overthinker, you can feel it. You think about something and you think about something and you think about something. Sometimes even your overthinking causes you to be paralyzed in any decision making that you may otherwise be able to do if you weren't overthinking so very much. It can cause you to be less successful. It can cause you to be more stressed. It can actually lead to depression symptoms. It can lead to stress and anxiety conditions such as hypertension, heart issues, lack of sleep. All sorts of negative health effects come from just overthinking. So I'd really, really like to help guide you to a place where you can release this very, very, very bad habit. So I have 3 exercises for you today and one other thing to suggest for you if those are not the ticket for you. If that sounds good, stick around. Before we get to all of that, check and see if you're a subscriber here, and if not, please know that we would love to have you. So just click that subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll get notifications when we drop videos like this to help you live a lower stress life with more happiness and more success. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
You did not become a chronic overthinker overnight, and you're not going to solve the problem overnight, but through a series of behaviors in the next 20 to 30 days, you can greatly reduce the occurrences of overthinking in your life, which will then in turn reduce the negative health effects. So if you're ready to start that journey to a lower stress, lower anxiety life, let's get started. The first exercise that I would like for you to practice is my 5 senses exercise. So anytime when you find yourself overthinking something, this is a really easy way to practice mindfulness. So you know what your 5 senses are, right? Sight, touch, hearing, smell, and taste. All right. So we're going to use the number 5 and all of your senses to practice this exercise. This is a mindfulness exercise. All mindfulness does is brings you into the moment. In this one present moment where you're learning something, where you're paying attention to something, there is no stress, there is no anxiety. If you're really, truly focusing on this moment. So that is what this exercise does for you. All right, so here's how you do it. When you feel yourself doing the overthinking, and this even happens if you're overwhelmed or stressed out or whatever, pause those thoughts and redirect your thoughts instead to 5 things that you can see. So if I'm going to play this game, well, I'll tell you the whole thing and then I'll go through it and tell you what I can experience in my own environment. Okay, so 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. All right, so if we're going to play this right now, 5 things that I can see. Obviously, I see you in front of me. I see a clock that's just behind my computer screen. I see a couple of lights that are shining on me. That's 3 things. I see my microphone right here and my pen. There's 5 things. Okay. All right, I've just redirected my thoughts to you, the clock, the light, the microphone, the pen. That's 5 things. Okay, 4 things. 4 things I can feel. I can feel the pen. I have this little stress ball that looks like a little monster. I can feel that. So 4 things. So 2 more things. Okay, I've got my pen. I've got this piece of crystal that's over here by my, ooh, that's nice and hard and round, a little bit cold. Let's see what's something else. Oh, this is fun. It's, my husband gave me this. It's funny. It's an eraser that says wrong on it. And I can feel that and I feel it's rubbery. All right, so this is hard. And this is soft and squishy, and this is rubbery. And then this other thing is kind of cold and also hard, but in a different way than my pen is hard. And so feel things, but then notice the attributes of them. When you start to notice the attributes of the things that you use in this exercise, then all of a sudden your mind really becomes overwhelmed with detail and it has to get out of that chronic overthinking place. Number 3 was hear. It was 3 things that you can hear. So let me see. I can hear myself speaking, obviously. Sitting where I am, you probably can't hear it, but I can hear one of my dogs whimpering because she is locked out of my office because she makes noise while I'm recording for you. And I just heard there are some church bells in the distance that I just heard go off just a second ago. So there's 3 things that I can hear. Myself, the dog, the church bells. There's also traffic. That's a 4th one. All right, smell. Things that I can smell. Let's see. I can kind of smell my laundry detergent. Yep. And I can smell the essential oils that I put on this morning. Okay. And then taste. I don't really have anything around here to necessarily taste, but I will take a big drink of water. I suppose water has a taste. And I love it. It's my favorite drink. Fantastic. So that is how fast you can play that game. What that does is it breaks the thought pattern. It takes you into a mindfulness moment, and then you can go back to your everyday life. If those thoughts start to come in again, just do it again. It doesn't have to take as long as what it just took for me. It can be even faster. And if you're really in a hurry, you can do one thing in each category. But I really like the challenge of doing 5 things to see, 4 things to feel, 3 things to hear, 2 things to smell, and 1 thing to taste, because you're also thinking about the numbers and you're kind of overwhelming your brain with non-overwhelming thoughts. You're flooding your brain with non-overwhelming thoughts, and that can really stop that other thinking pattern that you don't want. Okay. Whether that works for you or not, I've got a second exercise for you. I love this one. I do it a lot. I call it the 30-second dance break. Have some music that you know that you love, that you like to move your body to. Maybe you like to sing to it. There's several bands that I love. I love 80s hair bands. I love Queen. I like Led Zeppelin. There's all sorts of different music. I even love classical music. So I will just turn on the speakers in my house and take a 30-second dance break. It usually ends up being more than 30 seconds, especially if I choose funk or disco, because that's really my jam. But take a dance break. You're gonna get up, you're gonna change your posture, you're gonna change your heart rate, you're gonna change your environment, because you're just gonna have to move a little bit. Plus, music is super soothing to you. So it'll block or interrupt, not block, it'll interrupt that thought pattern. And when you do this a lot, and you continue to interrupt that overthinking thought pattern, your subconscious mind starts going, wait, this is new. This is a new thing to block this thought pattern. Are we not supposed to do this anymore? And so it's going to start to release the overthinking patterns when you are persistent with this over time. You can't recognize the overthinking pattern and then say, I'm just going to keep overthinking about it this time. No, every single time you need to find one of these mindfulness exercises, and it's really, really great to involve body movement, which is why I like the 30-second dance break. Or for me, it ends up being like 5 minutes, but whatever. Okay, if those 2 things don't sound good to you or they don't really work for you, here is a more cerebral one that can work for you. The thing that you're thinking about, go get a blank sheet of paper and a pen and write down every single element of it. Break it down into pieces. If it's something that's actionable, write action beside the piece that you wrote down. And then write what that action is. And then set an expectation for yourself to do that action. What you're doing is you're solving the problem. I call it break it down. You can call it a brain dump, where you just open your notebook to a brand new page and you just start writing down every single thing that you can think of about this issue. Let's say that your landlord has told you that you've got to move out. Okay, that's a big deal. Moving, that's super not fun, right? Okay, we'll break it down. All right, need to have a new place. Help packing, help moving, financing the new place. You know, every single issue with it. And then when you have all the issues broken down, it's not one huge problem. All of a sudden, it's 10 little opportunities for you to have new action plans. So that's what I mean by breaking it down. That can help you if the thing that is causing your overthinking is something that you can do something about. And most of the time it is. All right, those are the 3 exercises I promised to teach you. A lot of times when there are people who are chronic overthinkers, it really, really helps for them to be in some form of therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy can really, really help. It is talk therapy. It's one of the things that I do as a psychotherapist. So if you are a chronic overthinker and you're not sure that these exercises will work for you, or you've tried them in the past and they haven't, and you've come here for other answers, please reach out to me. My email address is always available to you. It's jane@gildcoaching.com. That's regular spelling of Jane, GILD, guildcoaching.com. Reach out to me. I'm here. We can set up a time. We can talk. Help come up with another game plan for you and see if some form or fashion of a therapy modality may be appropriate to use for you. You're not alone is the thing. and you're not completely misunderstood in this rumination issue. There are people who understand it and can help you overcome it so that you are a stronger, more beautiful, more valuable person on the other end. That would be my goal anyway. All right, if this has been of help to you, give us a thumbs up, and then do check and see. If you're not a subscriber yet, click that subscribe button and the bell so that you'll learn the next time we drop a video just like this to help you live a better life. See you soon.